Hello everybody, hello, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on something exciting. As you guys know, I love my bullet journal. I use a Leuchtturm 1917 and I absolutely adore it. I think it's a fantastic planner. I think it's works for me. However, I do realize that there are other brands out here. I did try a Rhodia previously and I found it very draining on my pen. And keep in mind this was a while ago, and to be honest, the pen I was using was pretty cheap, so it might just be the pen. So I've been kind of looking at other brands. I don't plan to switch for my Leuchtturm. However, I do realize that I want to try other things, and for this channel I want to give you guys some other opinions. So, the one that I decided on trying next, and if you're on my Instagram you already know what's coming, little hint, hint, hint. The Scribbles That Matter. I bought the Scribbles That Matter journals, and I bought them in two colors, periwinkle blue and pastel pink. I bought these mostly because they are very ranting and raving on Amazon and in the planner community and whatnot, so I figured why not, let's go for it, let's try them. They seem like really good journals, and I'm really excited. I will not be doing a Leuchtturm versus Scribble that matter because, well, at least I should say I won't be doing it right now. Reason being is because I haven't actually used this journal, so how can I do a comparison? I see so many people compare these from an unboxing to a journal they've used previously, and I think that's foolish, and by all means don't agree with me. You are welcome to disagree, but it's like comparing an apple and an orange without ever having tasted the apple. You don't actually know if it's going to work or if it's nice without actually trying it. So I will be doing one when I actually use this journal. I don't know when I'm going to be using this journal. I have a plan for it, but we'll see how it goes because I do have a few other things coming in, so we will see. But I'm just going to move this one to the side for a second. Leave it right here. This is how it came. So it comes packaged in a nice thick plastic packaging, and then it is vacuum sealed on the inside, so very well protected. The one thing I will mention, and this isn't a fault of the company, but the fault of Amazon or the shipping, whatever, when I got my package, it was actually ripped open. I could stick my entire hand in there, so I was a little bit concerned, but they both seem perfectly fine. There's no damage, no like wetness or anything, because it was snowing for a few days up here. They are perfectly fine, so all good there. Super pretty to look at. The colors I did notice, at least on my screen, were a little bit different. I thought this one's gonna be a little bit brighter, but it's definitely more of a rosy pastel. And this one's just super beautiful. And again, it could be just a screen thing. That's normal. There's always gonna be like a slight difference in variation screen to screen, so not a big deal. But this is so pretty. I really was just gonna get the pastel pink, and then I was like, well, let's try the periwinkle blue because I think it looks really pretty. So glad I did because it's so gorgeous, and I think it's actually my favorite one. So very exciting. The cover is very smooth and soft. It is definitely a little bit of a thicker cover. If you guys can see there, the Leuchtturm is about half that size in terms of thickness, which, I mean, the Leuchtturm is very basic, regular cover, whereas this has obviously the imprinting and whatnot on it, the internal embossing, so that's fine. Like, I mean, it doesn't impede the journal at all. And it's got a nice little pen loop. Well, I say nice, I hate the pen loop, I'm not gonna lie. I hate elastic pen loops, and again, it's not the company, it's just I hate elastic pen loops. They are so difficult to get a pen in there, unless the pen is like something that's super smooth and has no like ribbing on it whatsoever, like that fits. But to try to get one of these in here with the rubber, or to get my Faber-Castell small pen with the rough sort of bottom thing, it's a pain in the butt. Like, I mean, it does go in there, and I'm sure over time it will loosen up. It just, right now, it's a little bit cumbersome, and hopefully I'm hoping that they might come up with just a material one or a different type of elastic, or a thicker, like a wider elastic, just because I prefer the Happy Planner ones, because the Happy Planner one is just material, and it fits literally any type of pen. Super easy. Like, look at that. Look at that go in there. Bam. Done. Whereas this one's a little bit more cumbersome, and it's kind of, ooh, rolling pen, annoying, but it's okay. Not a big deal. I plan to put this inside of a cover anyway, so it's not going to affect it anyway. And then we have the pretty band, closure band, can't speak today. This is like the 4th video I've done today to try to get a couple done because I'm super behind on my filming, sorry. But yeah, so I love the designs that are on this cover. I love the little coffee cup, the hedgehog, the little balloon, actually I think that's a map, water. I think it's just the mermaid. I think it's just super trendy, like things that are going on and things that people love, and I love that. I love icons and stuff. The one thing that I don't actually like is the fact that it has the name on the front. I don't mind it so much on the side because like it's not a big deal. I think on the front though, I like having either nothing or like more of the icons, but that's just personal preference. It doesn't actually affect like the quality of the planner or anything, so it's just personal preference. But when you open it up, it is flat, and then the following scribbles belong to whomever, date the journal was started, and then it tells you about the pen test pages that they have in the back of the journal. Then when you open it up, it has a little cover page, and then the key, so whatever your bullet journal key is, which it doesn't affect me because I don't actually use a bullet journal, index for color coding right now, so, and then your index. And I love the font on this. It's very clean, it's very concise, but it's also fun. Like, it's not the boring, like, Times New Roman, which it's not a big deal, but I like fun stuff. I like pretty things. The paper is definitely thicker than that of the Leuchtturm. It's definitely a little bit softer. That being said, I don't mind the Leuchtturm paper, so the thickness of paper doesn't really bother me because I don't use fountain pens or anything that I'm really concerned about something going through it or bleeding or whatnot, but it's definitely very nice. And I think if this was something that you were using as a journal or bullet journal, like if you were using different types of pens and whatnot, that would be great. I tend to stick to the same type of pens, so for me it's not a big deal, but it's nice to know that if I was going to be using a different pen, I do have that ability. The one thing I do kind of have a little bit of a beef with is that where the dots are on the corner or the side of the page isn't consistent, and I don't know if this is just a my journal thing or if it's a issue with every journal thing. I'm going to open up my pink one at some point and check, but at the beginning here a lot of them are further over, and then this one is further back, and I grabbed my ruler to actually measure. So this is about 1/2 millimeter, and this one's like 1 millimeter and a little bit, or I guess 1 millimeter and a little bit, which, I mean, it's not a big difference in terms of when you look at it in space, but if you look at it as a whole, like, a little dot can be off-putting, and it kind of is, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not as off-putting as that I won't use it. It's just kind of more annoying than anything, just because I know for some people they those small things kind of bug. So again, I don't know if this is just a my thing or if it's like a issue with all the books, but I find like dot points and stuff sometimes are a little bit harder because of how they have to be printed and whatnot. The other thing that I noticed is that I don't know really what got on this page, and I don't know where it came from, but there's a couple of pages that have like little black dots on them, and it was like that from when I opened it, so I don't really know. I don't know if you guys can see that right there, but meh, not a big deal. But the thing that I was super excited about, and one of the things that impressed me the most, I'm gonna say, is the pen test pages. I think this is the most fantastic idea, and I think all notebooks should have this. Reason being is that it's true. Nothing is more annoying than, you know, grabbing a new pen or an exciting new pen you haven't used in a while and being like, yeah, let's use it on that, and it bleeds. Nothing is more annoying. I have ruined many a page trying to use pens on pages that bleed. Now, keep in mind that this paper is a little bit thicker, so obviously it can handle different types of pens a little bit better, but not everybody pays attention to the thickness of paper. They buy it based solely on the fact that this is a super cute notebook, and it is a super cute notebook. Paper doesn't always matter to everybody. Not everybody is so anal retentive about their paper, which, if you are anal retentive, you have my heart. I love anal retentive people. But anyway, so I tested some of the pens that I tend to use the most. So my Faber-Castell Small, which is the one that I use in my bullet journal. I have a red Tombow, and then I kind of scrubbed in a little bit here with the bullet tip. I chose red because it's a very stainy, inky color, and I wanted to see with one of the harder colors what it would do. The Coletto in 0.4, my Pilot Uni pen, my V pen, which is kind of like a fountain pen, but it just kind of comes how it comes, like it's not refillable, I don't think. And then the Sakura Micron in 03. And I'll flip this over. And you guys, I don't know, well, like you guys can kind of see it. So there is definitely some ghosting. The V pen isn't as bad. I think the worst of them is the Faber-Castell Small, which is the one that I use the most. I don't know if the finer tip one would be as bad because it is a little bit thicker, but it's still not that bad. Like, definitely ghosts less than the Leuchtturm, but again, I don't mind the ghosting, so it's not a big deal. But I think it's absolutely an ingenious idea to put that in there, because then you have all the pens in here and you have an idea of what you're looking at and how they behave on the paper, because not every pen works on every paper. So if you have a very smooth pen, sometimes inkier pens have a little harder time drying on them, and it can be a problem, especially if you're like me and you're left-handed. You need a pen that's going to dry quicker on a glossier paper because it needs to soak into that paper better. So then you flip to the end of the book and you have the cute little design on the inside. What I think I'm going to do, and what I really want to do, and I don't know if this was the intention of the creator when they made these, is to color in this. I think it would be so cute to open it up and it be colored in. I think that would be adorable, or at least color in like this part, which is your pocket. And I love that the pocket, if I can get it open, has the same blue. Well, pretty well the same blue that's on there. I think that's so cute. I love the fact that it has that little extra. Overall, like, from just doing the opening, and like I said, I haven't actually used this, so I'm not judging it based on its quality in terms of usage and whatnot. I'm just judging it based on first impressions from opening. I think this definitely is worth the money. I paid about $22 Canadian. Now that was the Amazon Prime price, so like the sale price or whatever. It does retail, I believe, for 32 or 30 Canadian. But Amazon tends to put things on sale quite often. I don't know if it's going to be on sale again, or if it is as of when I filmed this, I should say. But I definitely think that they're worth it a try. And once I have used it, like I said, I'm definitely going to be doing a follow-up video to kind of give you guys my thoughts after using it. But I wanted to give you a little bit of a look-see in terms of the planner to begin with. And I did actually forget to mention, this does have 201 pages. So it's not quite as large of a planner, like in terms of pages, as the Leuchtturm, but the pages are thicker, so that is something you have to consider in terms of how many pages are going to fit in the size of the book. So thank you as always for watching. Please, 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 as always, subscribe, like, and comment. It really does help my channel, and I do appreciate it every time that you guys do. Have a great weekend, weekday, whenever you watch this video, and as always, thank you for watching. Bye now!